Welcome to Psychic Holistic Spotlight. I'm Kathy, your host for today, and we have Bill Hannon today as our co-host as well. He's been on the show numerous times with us. And we're going to be interviewing Andrea Kukulka, excuse me on that, I'm sorry.
No problem.
She is a healing medium along with a few other things that she does as well too. But we're talking about most of the healing work that she does. I've known her for a while now. She taught me some classes though previously as well. They're always very interesting, though I don't do some of that work anymore, but you know, I needed it for the time. So how did you start with the healing work?
Oh, okay. So the healing work started back in the 90s when I first heard about Reiki. It was a friend of mine and myself, and you know, back before the internet, or back before you had a place where you could communicate in community, we only had each other and a bookstore that really didn't hold a lot of books about what we were interested in. But we heard about this guy coming to the local school to do a talk on this manipulation of energy. We're like, oh, that's right up our alley. Let's go check that out. And he was talking about Reiki. And that was in 92.
Do you remember the speaker? His name?
No. I wish I did.
Yeah.
That was back on the Cape when I lived there.
Yeah.
And then she took the class the following year, the first level, Uzui. And then I took it when she became Reiki 2. Interesting story.
Huh.
So I got to be her guinea pig, which was a lot of fun. And every time she did something new, I'd lay down on the couch and she'd move the energy and I'd be like, this is kind of cool. I don't know what's going on, but we were both figuring it out together.
Right.
And then she took Reiki 2. In the meantime, I had fallen on the ice and dislocated my elbow. And my elbow, when I was doing the PT, I got it almost straight again, but it was just a tiny little bit. It wouldn't open all the way. After she did Reiki 2, I got on the chair, up on the couch, and she did her thing. I got up, I stretched, and it went straight all the way.
Full
That is
extension, huh?
amazing.
Full extension.
Right.
I was so floored. I was like, that's it, sign me up.
I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, really, right? Yeah. It's like I'm sold.
That was all I needed.
Yeah.
At that time, I was just, trying to figure out what I really wanted to do. Did I really want to do this? But that I knew at that moment that it happened like that, so that I would know that I had to do it.
Yeah.
So I took my first Uzui Reiki 1 class in 1994.
Wow.
Yep, and now I have...
About the time I took it, I think it was 92.
Did you really?
Yeah. John Harvey Gray.
Oh, no, but he
Yeah.
was one of the first people I heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole institute. He has an institute?
Yes, his wife.
the word
His
again?
wife runs it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting. So interesting. So now I have a Uzui, RMT, Shambhala, and I have 4 Holy Fire Reiki Master Teacher certificates.
Oh,
Wow.
I didn't realize Holy Fire had that many upgrades already.
There were 3 upgrades,
Okay.
and then there was another one to make sure that you could teach it distantly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, what does the RMT stand for?
Reiki Master Teacher.
Okay.
You're one of those.
I am. I am.
Well, that makes 3 of us.
Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah, I teach Usui and Karuna now mostly, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's all, Karuna and Holy Fire come from William Lee Rand.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I like that energy, though, too. The Usui is wonderful. But
Uzui is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's where it all comes from.
Yeah, it really does.
Somebody was asking me just a couple days ago, so what is Uzui? If this is Holy Fire and that's this and that's that, I'm like, it all comes from Uzui.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually like to go into the history of Dr. Usui a little bit, though, when that's that kind of a question.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good
Yeah.
for the background. But I
Yeah.
also find very interesting the Angelic Reiki.
Oh, I have not experienced that yet. Is that what you do?
Well, yes, I've done that. Yes, but it's
Yeah, I haven't come across that either myself, but I've heard of it.
It's an interesting energy, and you just more or less let it happen,
Yeah.
right?
I think if Reiki is done right, we
You
ought to just
all
let it happen.
happen.
Yeah.
That's the only way
Yeah.
Just, yeah, exactly.
We can maneuver energy as much as we want, but what a person needs
Mm-hmm.
has nothing to do with our ego, right?
Right.
We just try to move the energy and we follow it. Where's it going? Where's it going?
That's what I like about the Reiki. It goes where it's needed every single time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to know what's going on, just know that that's where it's going to be.
Yeah.
That's what I like about Reiki. Yeah.
Yep. I love it.
So do you do any other kind of healing other than the Reiki, or is that mostly what it is?
I do. So the Reiki is the floor of everything I do. I call it my base.
Foundation, yeah.
Exactly. And so what I have done, when I opened up my new place, I realized that what I do is a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We all have our toolboxes, right? So I threw everything in and I changed the title of the work that I do. Instead of just Reiki, I now call it Open Soul Healing. And that has Reiki as my floor, all the crystals, a couple different kinds of brass bowls and mixed metal bowls.
Oh, the singing bowls?
All the singing bowls,
Okay.
yep. I use tuning forks. I use whatever I can get my hands on.
Oh, yeah. We've been doing this a while. They tend to do that.
Right. You collect these tools as
Yeah.
you go. And I now do illumination too. And illumination is, it's not the body, right? So Reiki works on the body. You have a knee. I'm going to put my hand on your knee and I'm going to try to change that energy in there. With illumination, it works on the soul.
Okay.
So if you get a physical assistance, it's a bonus. Illumination works on the soul. So all the lessons that we learn here
Okay.
are typically related to the lessons that we've learned in a past life. And all the information that our souls carry, all
Yeah.
our soul contracts. And that is where the illumination work happens.
Do you deal with the book of the book of life of the Akashic Records? Is that related?
do,
You do work
yep.
with that, the illumination?
Yep.
Oh, that's very interesting. That's,
Yeah.
Yep. The Akashic records can come in at any time during an open
Oh,
home.
it can.
Yeah.
Yep. When I do open soul healings, I just open up everything. And if something needs to come in, if somebody needs to know something, the Akashic records will come right in.
Have you done soul retrieval with the
Yeah.
you have?
Yep. I do. So illumination does ancestral healing too.
Okay. Oh,
It-
the generational and ancestral.
Which is so powerful.
Yeah.
I had no idea until I started doing it just what it could do.
Yeah.
It also does heart codes. So you know, like in the movie The Matrix, where the ones and the zeros and all the
Yeah.
That's
symbols
right.
fall down?
Right.
Well, the heart codes are like golden codes, and they fall down into the heart,
That's
and they
interesting.
heal and open the heart.
Huh.
Oh, it's so cool. I got to do it for you
I can
sometime.
Yeah.
imagine. I
It's
can
so
imagine
cool.
the relaxing
Oh,
that you experience, something like that.
totally. You just,
Everything just wouldn't open up.
Especially
It's what
since the
I'm
heart chakra is
interpreting.
right,
Yeah.
it feels like your ribs just fall wide
Yeah,
open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
especially the heart chakra is a big one for a lot of people though, that they struggle with. Yeah.
Especially right now.
Yeah.
We've all had so much pain, so much grief, we've all had such a hard time
Yeah.
that we're closing our hearts down and we're putting boundaries, which are good for us, but we're putting up these real hard walls.
Well, sometimes boundaries can be a good thing, but sometimes if there's too much of a boundary, that's not really good either. So there's a fine line there though a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Yep. So the heart codes really get in there and help to relax the pain.
Help
So-
ease it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And then there's the soul contract negotiations, which are also part of illumination. So we get into the soul contracts. You know how when we're not in physical body, we're up in the quantum field,
That's right.
and we're meeting our friends that we've
Next-
met before, that
we're
we've
gonna
hung out
be-
before
That
with.
we're going to work out.
Yeah,
this time
I need
with-
to do this. You need to do that. All right, let's sign a contract. Let's
Right.
work on that.
Right.
So you
Right?
deal with that though. That's interesting.
It's super interesting
Yeah.
because in my mind, in my human mind, once the contract's written, everything's
Because
done.
how it is on the physical plane.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in soul talk,
It changes.
you can simply simply. You can slightly adjust the contract a little bit by adjusting the lesson that this person is learning. You can help them to learn it quicker. You can help them to learn it deeper. You can help them to release the triggers that keep and prevent us from healing. So the lesson gets learned. Maybe you come back 8, 12 times to learn one lesson, different aspects of the same lesson. But with this whole contract negotiation, maybe you only have to come back another one time to get it right. But because it's a contract, it helps the other person too.
Yeah.
No matter how this person
Right.
feels about that person.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, no, that
We've had challenges with
could be the
people.
contract.
Exactly.
You're supposed to go head to head with that person, and that's what you're here
Exactly.
for.
That's something I've learned
Yep.
recently too. That is
Right.
one thing though for the contract too.
That's right.
Yeah.
And our egos, our human egos, get in the way of that process.
Yeah.
So if we leave it up to the soul wants to learn the whole lesson, not just parts of it. And if we can get into that space and just make an adjustment where everything eases, it's like oiling it down, like a pit crew, right?
Yeah.
You're watching the Daytona 500, and these cars, they pull in and they lube them up, they change the tires.
Right.
That's what illumination does. It gets in there and it eases everything.
Kind of
and
fine tunes things.
Exactly. But for the soul, not for the body.
Right.
For the soul.
Yeah. Which is one of the 3 aspects that we all need, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
And I believe that healing is changing. You know, we've been doing Reiki, we've been doing these physical things for years and years and years. I mean, Reiki's been around for 100 years almost now.
Yeah.
almost, yeah.
I believe that with the change in the vibration of the planet, which we've all been...
Stepping up, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So is our healing. Now we're working on healing the soul.
Now, how long have you been offering the illumination?
2 years now.
Oh, so it's picking up speed then, huh?
Yeah, now I'm teaching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. So I've got a level 1 and a practitioner's course, but that's not to say that you can't use it as soon as you have it. It's not like Reiki.
Right.
At 1, you're not supposed to use it professionally. You can use this professionally right away.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a blast. And the practitioner's course is 3 months long. The first time I did it, it was 6 months long. So it's really intense, and it puts a lot of information in, and it takes its time to adjust the soul of the practitioner.
Yeah, because you got to work on yourself first, though. Yeah, that's how it
Exactly.
goes.
There's all that healing
Yeah.
that has to happen in the soul of the practitioner for you to be able to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fascinating.
This is very exciting.
It is, yeah. So you offer all these things though out of your space, your office?
Yep.
Where
yep.
is that?
On Main Street in Mansfield, Massachusetts.
Okay.
I've opened up a new place. It's a little more than a year ago now, in October of 2020, in the
Oh, wow.
middle of the pandemic.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
They said, "Hey, you need to do this. Hey, look at this beautiful space." And I went, "Oh no, you can't make me. Yes, I want to so bad." You know, it's back and forth, back and
Right.
forth. But it all worked
So it's a
out.
different location than when I came to see it?
Yes, it's on the same street,
Oh, okay.
but it's just a couple blocks
Oh,
down
okay.
the street.
Okay.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, it's actually closer to parking lots. I used
Oh,
to have
that's
such an issue
convenient,
with
yeah.
parking lots.
Yeah, I remember that was a challenge when I had gone, yes.
That's right, and you took a 3-day class.
Yes, I did. Yeah, absolutely
Good
did.
luck
Yeah.
parking.
I know. So how can people get a hold of you so they can take advantage of all these things?
My website is illuminationcenter.us.
Oh, .us, wow, okay.
And my phone number, much like Karen's, you cannot text. It's a business number. It's 508-261-5999. Yeah.
So it's illuminationcenter.us is the website you said? Okay. Huh. Well, I have to remember that.
Yeah. And it's a big site because I don't work alone. It's my name on the door, but I have other beautiful women that work there too. So, you know, they've got their pages and They offer their things, and it's a beautiful system the way we work together, because I can have someone, and I know that there's something else that they need, but I'm not equipped to give them that. So I'll say, you know what, maybe your next appointment you should book with Joe.
Yeah.
And then that person will come back to me. No problem.
Yeah.
And we do that with each other all the time.
Yeah, because we're supposed to help each other, though. We're not meant to go through this alone. Yeah.
Exactly. And the
Yeah.
more I support someone else, the more that comes back to me.
Yeah.
If we can just keep remembering we're all connected and we all get to share and we all get to support each other,
Yeah.
that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So is it just one other person that's in that center with
Nope,
you?
it's Jill McLaughlin,
Okay.
Melanie Sprague,
Okay.
and we have Doreen Noble, who is actually taking a break right now because her wife has cancer.
Oh, okay.
So she's focusing on her health.
She's come a long way, though, since I've met her. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, she really has.
She's
yeah.
wonderful. And she's now a bishop.
Oh, she did get bishop. Oh, I know she was looking for that, though.
Yeah, she's amazing. And she's funny. Oh my God, she's
Yeah,
so
she is.
funny.
Yeah, she really is.
Yeah.
Humor is a good healer.
Yes, it is.
It keeps our vibration high.
And the thing is, Doreen though doesn't even try.
Yeah.
That's the thing that makes it even better. It just comes right out, and I'm like, where
Yeah.
did this come from?
She's so matter of fact about it.
Yeah, like it's nothing.
That's right. And Karen the camera, who does these beautiful mandalas and the Akashic records.
Okay.
I don't know anybody that reads the way she does. She's amazing. She does special guests on like Thursdays every now and then.
Oh, okay.
More often than not.
Yeah.
Mostly just to come and hang out and have fun with us, but she'll see clients there
Yeah.
too sometimes. Yeah.
Fascinating. It really is. Now, what else do you do other than the healing? Is there anything?
So Phyllis Seminetta and I, Phyllis, who owns phyllisseminetta.com, she is out of Norwell. She's another Holy Fire 3
Okay.
Reiki Master teacher. She and I are creating a program that is all about raising the vibration and illuminating your joy. And that's what we call it, Illuminate Your Joy. We've done one so far, so we just started this year, but we're going to do it monthly. And it's all about group healings. So it's all on Zoom. Right now it's still on Zoom.
Okay.
But we're actually thinking about moving it to the Mighty Networks. So we can have a platform that's all about everything.
What do you mean the networks? Like TV though, or
Oh no.
like the network of
This is
the
TV
community?
enough for
Okay.
me. The Mighty Networks is another platform. It's not
Oh, okay.
social media, but it's it keeps you off of Facebook.
Okay.
I mean, we all use Facebook,
No, I don't.
but we all get well, we all get a little tired of Facebook sometimes. But it keeps you connected, and it gives a space for people to really connect to each other. So that's what we're working on now, but it's a lot. It's very evolved. So we're still January and February
Still
working
working that out.
in Zoom and on the regular site. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So with Mighty Networks, that's a website in itself. So
Yeah.
you can like do a lot of live stuff there as well.
Right. We can do videos, and they'll be there for anybody to tap into later on. With Zoom, you have to email it out to them, or
Okay,
you have to
right, yeah.
record it. You have to do all those things. In Mighty Networks, it's automatically recorded, and it's there. You can click a tab, and it's there. Anybody that's part of the community can stick with it and find it. Find anything in the past that they want.
Oh, that's an interesting way to file share with the current way things
File
are.
share,
Yeah.
that's exactly.
Yeah.
So it's Illuminate Your Joy.
Huh.
Yeah, and it's an hour and a half with 2 master healers doing healing work the whole time. We do a lot of light language. We do a lot of illumination.
What's light language?
That's interesting. Yes.
light language is so
Yeah,
cool, right?
yeah. It's unbelievable.
It is. It's a language of the heart.
Okay.
And ultimately, what we're doing is we're channeling sentient beings.
Okay.
So it's a foreign language, but it's not of the earth.
Oh, okay.
It can be from just about anywhere.
Yeah, like other planets or different dimension, like higher dimensions.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
So how do they communicate though? Just like the way you
Just-
would with like other souls or something? I've never even heard of it, so I have no idea.
Oh, I'll do that for you later.
Okay, perfect.
It's so as a channel, like you know, when you do mediumship, you're a channel and you listen and you interpret.
Okay,
With light language, there's no interpretation, so you have to keep your channel wide open
okay.
and be able to simply spew. And some
It's
people,
almost like transmediumship.
yeah, I suppose there are so many different ways to do it, though. Some people do it with tones. Some people do it with just the hands. Both Phyllis and myself do it with hands and voice.
Okay.
And it's some people's light language is very beautiful. Some people's light language is not so beautiful, but it's the same feeling. If you open up your heart and you let it fall in, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of works with like the different hertz though for
It
for
does.
the sound levels. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause now there's different
Different
hertz though for the
frequencies.
different chakras though that go hand in hand with that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Phyllis's always lands in the heart. Always. I couldn't tell you where mine goes because I'm busy speaking it and I'm kind of out of it. But what's really, really funny is that sometimes Phyllis and I will speak it back and forth to each other. We may not understand what we're talking about, but her people and my people are having a conversation and it cracks us up. So our physical beings are laughing while we're
Without doing-
channeling
yeah.
this message. Just so funny.
Yeah.
I talk with my hands a lot, sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Not really a problem. So we're actually almost at the end of the show. So yeah, it goes by fast though, right? So how can people get a hold of you if they want to make an appointment or ask you questions?
Illuminationcenter.us. You can book right online at your convenience. You can send me a message there. You can reach out to me on Facebook. You can call 508-261-5999.
You're gonna have to say that again because we want to make sure everybody heard that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
508-261-5999.
Great.
Thank you.
Now, how long have you been doing this work?
Kind of all my life. But I call it coming out of the metaphysical closet in 2012. But I've been studying metaphysics since the 80s.
Wow, that long, huh? Well, 2012 was a big year though for the spiritual
Exactly.
stuff though.
Right.
Never mind the metaphysics. So
Right.
yeah. So since the 80s though, that must have been. You've seen a change then in how people communicate and how people find this stuff from the 80s to now.
Yeah. Oh, it's so readily available now.
Yeah.
What a wonderful thing.
Yeah. When I started opening up to this work, the internet was already here. So I know it was very different. Like I always wondered, like, how do people find each other before the internet?
Oh, like
I
I,
know
said,
it's
I had
different,
one
but-
friend.
Yeah. Yeah. That was crazy with you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my dreams were getting really crazy too. So I knew something was going on and I got really, really lucky. The college, I lived on the Cape, so Cape Cod Community College, had a metaphysical class.
Wow.
Wow, really?
It's like Salve
That was in
Regina
91.
had-
Salve Regina.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to go there
Yeah.
just for their metaphysical courses.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and that teacher was phenomenal. I stayed with her for years.
So she must have known a lot, especially in the back in the day. Though it's like you had to actually research in books and stuff for your information.
Right.
Yeah, because I remember that though. Because when I was in high school, the internet was just starting to come out when I was in high school. I know I'm showing my age with that though, but still.
Sure.
So
Well,
yeah.
even then, one of the things that came out of back then was remote viewing, which was like government sponsored type of stuff.
Right.
But it opened up the door for so many people because it opened up their mind to, well, if they can do it, I can do it.
Right.
You know?
Which is also part of why they kept it such a secret.
Right.
They
That's
didn't-
right.
They didn't want
wanna-
Joe Schmo doing it.
Right, right. You're not supposed to look at the other side of the moon.
That's right. where so much more information is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
True.
I love it.
Yes. So do you do any guest speaking anywhere though, or you
I
just do
have.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I have a friend that was a professor at Nichols College, and he'd have me in every year. And the last year that we did it, before COVID, was just so much fun. So much fun. And the kids were so interested, which really made me so happy.
People
'Cause,
have become much more open to this in recent years, I've noticed.
yeah, they had so many questions. It was
Yeah.
great. It was great.
Well, that's probably why the people are not asking me questions as much as they used to, though, because it's more mainstream now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they have the information at the end of their fingertips.
Yeah.
Yes, right. Oh, just go on YouTube.
Yeah. you
There's
can
a
find
lot on
yeah.
YouTube.
It is,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, we all need to up our YouTube channels.
Really.
Well, actually,
Yeah, for the TV
Kathy's
show, we
been
have
doing-
we have our own channel, Psychic Holistic Spotlight of Rhode Island. It's RI though for Rhode Island, not the entire state name for that though. So it's just easier. So we have our YouTube
Wait a minute,
channel.
say
for
that again?
Psychic Holistic Spotlight of RI for Rhode Island. So just kept it a little bit shorter for that. It's a
Right.
long enough name. So
That's great.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we've gotten a lot of views, a lot of requests though since we've been live like that on YouTube. Yeah, a lot. So yeah, it's very, very fascinating though, the stuff you can do these days and stuff you can learn from others.
Right.
Now, have you seen an increase in business the past couple of years, or has it been kind of like a little bit less?
The first year I went into business in this new space, I was amazed at how many people during a pandemic were calling me, knocking on my door, booking.
well, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's really awesome though. Yeah.
Well, I mean, people were probably looking. They had nothing else to do.
People needed it.
They were looking inward, and
Yeah, people needed healing and they knew it. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I love that everybody's healing. They're tired of being unhealthy. They're tired of being sad, depressed.
And the isolation brings a lot of that on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But luckily though, we're at the end of it though, so it's not so lonely.
Right. And we're choosing different friends now too. Everybody's circles have changed.
Yeah, it definitely shifted. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
it all comes down to frequency, resonance,
I think so, too.
vibration.
Yeah, you got to find your tribe, right? Your vibe attracts your tribe.
Yeah, it really does though. So do you work with chakras at all with all the things that you do? You do?
Yep.
Now, is it involved in the illumination or the...
Not in illumination. It's funny. In illumination, there's no chakras, and they would like, hey, no, you can't associate what we're
Right.
doing with the sacral. It's your gut or it's your back, but it's not the sacral. That's not the third eye. That's not this. That's not that. Yeah, they would remind me and change things. Oh, sorry, all the time, because it's not physical. It's not the body.
Well, that's right. Right.
Yeah.
It's the
spiritual
space,
realm.
though, but not that specific area, yeah.
Yeah, it's very different. It's very interesting. And it's been a couple of years, and I still catch myself because I've been doing Reiki and working with chakras for so many years.
Yeah.
That
It's hard to like untrain yourself though when you're doing something not different. Yeah.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like you just said, translation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you find that more people are coming to you with more of a basic metaphysical knowledge versus 5 years ago?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Totally. I have a lot of people coming to me that are just waking up too, and a lot of questions. Like, I wasn't going to do a mediumship class, but I had a couple really strong personalities ask me if I was doing mediumship, and I said no. And then I said, all right, I'll do it for you. And
Yeah,
then,
especially when you keep being asked the same question, right?
right, you
Yeah.
have to. And it turned into 8 people in this mediumship class, and they're all different levels of what they're learning. It's beautiful how many people come with a base knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that stuff though too, though with MySpace though too. There's more and more
Yeah.
people come with some kind of a knowledge. I'm like, oh, I don't have to start with square one from you, with you, which I don't mind it, but I don't have to start with square one.
Right.
But yeah, so so what's that website one more time though for your
IlluminationCenter.us.
And what's the phone number?